The last thing anybody wants to see is a white woman crying on social media, and I get that. The past several days, I've gotten a lot of messages from unhinged people saying things like, I'm going to regret, making certain posts, or that something's coming my way, and that it's a good thing I'm an attention whore because I'm about to get a lot of attention. Saying things like, you're gonna rape me to teach me a lesson, all because I made a few posts about a guy who I feel is using the war in Ukraine as a way to grow his following.
So that excerpt you just saw there is from comedian and writer for Jimmy Kimmel Live, Blaire Erskine, who Anna and I actually just spoke about on the main show about a week ago. She routinely puts up sort of parody satirical videos on Twitter that right-wingers have apparently no radar whatsoever to be able to tell is a parody. They take it entirely seriously, even though it is abundantly clear in her videos that they are fake. This, however, does not appear to be. She had posted, as she will go into in her further commentary, about this guy, Anthony Walker, who has been doing a lot of social media activity and raising money as he goes to fight in Ukraine. And apparently the community around this guy, who is also a comedian, has been making her life a living hell. And so we'll have a little bit more on what's happened, but Anna, I know, everybody basically that does what we do gets harassed. Women obviously more so. You've experienced a lot of harassment. What did you make of this?
I mean, I feel for her. I've definitely gone through phases like that, and it's really difficult and isolating and scary, honestly, because death threats get thrown around online all the time, and you're told over and over again, just ignore it, it's not serious, they're not gonna do anything. But it starts to get to you, because what if one of these threats actually do come to fruition? What if we live in a country that has all sorts of people running around with undiagnosed, untreated mental health issues because of how broken our healthcare system is. So I really feel for her, and I've gone through phases like that myself. I wish I had an answer, a solution, but the fact of the matter is, as long as you're a woman who's willing to put yourself out there, to be a public figure, who has her own thoughts, who has her own mind, who wants to share her opinions, this is the kind of treatment you get. And while I'm not someone who spends a lot of time talking about the double standards in this industry or in the entertainment industry, for instance, between men and women, that double standard does exist. Like, audiences react very differently to a man or a woman depending on what they say. Like, they can say the exact same thing, but if it's a woman, she gets treated very differently. Like, women are supposed to be agreeable, they're supposed to be friendly, they're never supposed to stir the pot, they're never supposed to speak out against things. That's, whether people want to buy it or not, that is the reality of the collective consciousness in this country. It just is. Even among people who identify as being part of the left, it's just really interesting, because even among them, that misogyny and that unwillingness to hey, hear out what the woman has to say just doesn't exist.
Yeah, I know. If you're a right winger watching this, you're gonna hate everything that Anna just said. Also, what I'm about to say, but yeah, I've noticed that when women vigorously disagree with me, they don't often threaten to rape me on Twitter. I don't think that's ever happened. Weird. It's almost as if there isn't actual equality in the harassment. Death threats, yeah, everybody loves to throw around death threats. I've noticed significantly fewer of them from women though. So yeah, I hate that she's experiencing this, and we're gonna give you in one moment a little bit more of what she had to say. Bear in mind, I can't adjudicate whatever is going on with Anthony Walker. I don't know Anthony Walker. I'm not following him the way that Blaire is. And she is not claiming that he individually is causing this, but it is happening immediately after her commentary. She will describe a bit more of that situation right here.
There's a guy on Twitter, his name is Anthony Walker, and he is asking for donations, personal donations, so he can go to Ukraine to kill Russians, up Russians. And that's not how any of this is supposed to be working. There are legitimate organizations you can donate to, and the only reason that I care so much is because my husband is from Ukraine and he has family over there, and it's personal.
I can imagine. And again, I don't know anything about this other comedian, but she seems to feel that this is a person that is taking advantage of an incredibly serious, incredibly dangerous and personal topic to clout chase or chase money. Again, I don't have a position on this. I don't know the person or the things that they're doing, but the fact that she's simply pointing out that she wants people to take this seriously, donate to reputable organizations, she then is attacked many times, violently, like violent threats, sexual threats. By the way, she has a post up today where she talks about how she had briefly deleted her Twitter, and she reads more of the threats, the direct comments that have been sent to her. So it is continuing until the present.
Yeah, my heart goes out to her. I mean, I doubt that she'll ever see this, but if she does, just hang in there. This stuff, it blows up and then eventually goes away. And understand that what they're trying to do to you is they're trying to prevent her from speaking her mind. They're trying to silence her. That's what the real objective is here. And so whenever I go through similar phases, similar issues, whenever there's like a group of people attacking me pretty aggressively, I just try to remind myself of what their objective is. And then I think about how defiant I want to be and how little I care to help them win in that objective. She's a smart, successful, funny, talented person, and her voice is needed. So I don't know much about the person that she's feuding with right now, but my only point is don't allow the threats to intimidate you and silence you.
Yeah. And by the way, like, take a look at communities. What sort of community it is, because this is not the first woman that has generally a guy's audience go after her. There are people who that's a regular occurrence, almost always specifically at women. And I think you can tell a lot about an individual and a creator by how they respond to this. So again, as far as I've seen, he is not called for any of this, but she's now been talking about it for days and he hasn't responded as far as I can see. So I would like to see that, telling people that this is not okay. I sometimes get in trouble for I will, if I see comments that I think are not consistent with the values of the community that I have tried to create, I will say that even if they're people that probably agree with me on the vast majority of things, because we're supposed to be better. It's tough, but we're supposed to be better.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.